Hey everyone, this is Akia from December's Divine. To all of my December warriors, welcome back. To any new viewers, welcome to my channel. You're so welcome here. Um, Today I'm bringing you guys, well actually tonight, bringing you guys a message from Spirit. Okay, firstly I want to say thank you all to each and every one of you. Thanks to all of you for your support, for your love, for your likes, shares, comments, and just for being here on this journey with me. I will soon be posting in the community board about the order for the zodiac readings for the month. This is a really important time for all of us, and I'm not going to do too much talking on in depth on everything now, but there's a lot that is going on and a lot that of changes that are happening for me personally and for the collective. So it'll all be revealed, in divine timing. But that being said, this message, okay, and that leads me to the fact that most of my subscribers know that when it comes to spirit messages or even divine masculine, divine feminine readings, I really post them when I'm led to. Okay, there's no strategy. It's just when I'm divinely guided to do a reading. And that leads me to this reading here. Okay, so this is really focusing on entering into 2020, and there are major things happening for starseeds, for divine counterparts, for the world in general, and it's my duty to bring knowledge to all of you. Firstly, this is going to be a reading that is going to focus on messages that Spirit wants us to be mindful of. There's going to be messages, signs, and revelations, okay, for venturing into 2020. So I don't date my readings. Whenever you do come across a reading from me, I do believe that it's for you, and you will find something in the reading that resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Let it ride. But in terms of my spirit messages, I have a really direct relationship to Spirit, and my messages the messages are just very divinely guided in the truth. So when it comes to these type of messages, whether it resonates or not, that's not of my concern. The truth is the truth, and the truth is the light. Okay, so that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this reading. Okay, firstly, I want to touch up on some of the energy that's relevant and prevalent. I aside from the two cards that you guys see right now, one is your Sacred Spirit card, and one is a card that I drew from a selection of cards that I set aside for just direct information from the divine. All major arcanas and divine cards. For me, divine cards are 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, all of the aces, okay? As well as the major arcanas, okay? Before we get into these cards here, I want to touch on some of the prevalent energy for this reading and what Spirit says, okay, in terms of messages, signs, and revelations. There's going to be a period of indecision, okay? there's also, it's like duality. It's like mirroring indecision, decisive choices, competition, interference, and choosing to separate yourself and make choices and surround yourself with like-minded energies. Collaborations. In other words, if you are in a group of energies where you're not learning, growing, then it might be a time to separate yourself from that group or those energies. Needing to trust your intuition is at an all-time high during this time. There's going to be a lot of individuals who are confused, who are unable to express their emotions fully. That will turn into anger, resentment. Looking outside of yourself for the answers instead of looking within and trusting your intuition. Not knowing yourself, not being free in your mental puts you in a position where you aren't allowed, where you aren't able to really trust your intuition because you aren't balanced. Okay? A lot of melancholy feelings, feelings of disappointment, in terms of where you are at this particular time in your life. There's going to be a lot of disappointed feelings in terms of the past. There's going to be people from your past popping up, wanting reconciliations, wanting to get back into your circle. This could bring up old memories, repressed memories, childhood trauma, childhood related inner childhood wounding issues. This is also going to be a great time of creativity and looking to the horizon for another way, looking for inspiration, looking for a new beginning, looking for ways to solidify what it is that you are trying to manifest and create. Lots of devil energy, unfortunately. And that just means in terms of, codependency, releasing fears. There's going to be uprise and, certain energies that may feel left out, cut off from the light, etc., that are going to be creating or trying to create this fear of stepping into something new, creating doubts. It's going to be an uprise in addictions, uprise in obsessions, and material, greed, corruption, etc. So there's going to be a lot of missed opportunities for people to really elevate themselves. This is going to be a time that a requirement from Spirit is to start getting discontent in your surroundings and start reaching for the stars, start reaching for more. You don't want to be one that is in a rut, confused, stuck in old ways, and missing the opportunity to absolve and to elevate and make space for what is new. It's going to be a time for sacrifice. And those who don't sacrifice, who don't absolve their karma and address their issues, there's going to be missed opportunity. There's going to be a separation. So there's going to be more people coming out about their sexuality, about what they choose standing up for their beliefs. It's going to be a need for heightened focus on health, change in diet, I just see battles, okay, in terms of the corporations and the pharmaceuticals and the oncologist, and a whole new way of being healthy, and a whole new way at exposing this country and this world for the backwards way that we care for our health. Health is going to be huge, okay? Balance and temperance is optimal. I see many people balancing out their addictions and balancing out their mental health and balancing out their physical health, and just being free, breathing in air and nature. It's going to be a whole rise when it comes to the environment, okay? It's just going to be a need to be in your power, like balanced emotionally, to deal with all of these things that are going on. And this devil energy I'm feeling is not unheard of. Basically, it is Capricorn season, and Capricorn is not devils. Capricorns aren't devils. Please don't get that wrong. Okay, it's just that in the tarot, Capricorn sign is represented by the devil card. Okay, so please don't get that confused. I have a Capricorn Mercury, so my whole style of communication is Capricorn. So my second house of money. So I value the Capricorn in me. But with it being Capricorn season, I'm not surprised at the devil energy, because the reason why the devil card is represented by Capricorn, or vice versa, is because of like the details. Okay? Capricorns love details, and they love, especially when it comes to money. But in general, that's why the devil card represents Capricorn, and no other reason. So, but yeah, details. All right. It's just like, in terms of spirit and in terms of the higher realms, is not so much about detail. It's about trusting. It's about elevating your mind and releasing and allowing spirit to work in your life and take you higher. Okay? But it's like a balance that's needed. Okay? Balance. They say God laughs when you make plans, because everything happens in divine timing and divine order. There's no coincidences. So it's like a fine line between obsession, details, like thinking with your mind and trying to, strategize, or being too tactical, or being too meticulous. That can go both ways. That can be corrupt. Okay, so it's about finding balance, because details are needed, but also a trust, also a faith, is what's needed right now. But that's the energy that I'm picking up for everybody for this reading, okay, in terms of what Spirit says, and in terms of the energies that's prevalent as we're walking into 2020. And now we're going to get into the messages, okay, that were drawn for this reading. Okay, so we did draw the devil card, okay, and then we got number 15, eternal union. Number 15 breaks down to 6. One is all about the self. It's about beginnings. It's about totality, potential, affirmation. 5s are about, okay, divine change, enlightenment, divine timing, divine justice. 15 breaks down to 6. 6 is the card that represents the Lovers in the tarot. Okay, so I told you guys in my last reading, I'm not sure if it was a Starseed reading or if it was the Divine Collective reading a few weeks ago, but that there are going to be a spike in unions, okay, in the year of 2020. Yes, unions. Divine masculines, divine feminines, and separation, there are going to be unions, okay? But you guys know that I preach about the fact that union is not about love relationship. That's not the purpose. It's about ascension. It's about breaking karmic cycles, raising your vibrations, and then coming together to do work together here on this earthly plane and this 3D existence to raise the vibration of the world, to raise the consciousness of the world, so that we can reach that peak of light and activate what's already inside of us, this new earth, this great divide that is already upon us, that is just waiting to be activated. That's why all of us light workers, healers, starseeds, blue rays, ascended masters, wizards, we have to work together, whatever your role is, to continue what we are doing, loving, spreading that love vibration, raising the consciousness of the world. Because once we reach that peak, everything that we are here for, that we've repeated multiple lives for, is going to come to pass. And this devil energy that's prevalent, to me, is speaking on the spiritual war, okay? And I'm not going to go into the whole starseed thing and the whole great divide in this reading unless it comes up further, but those who are ready for ascension, straight to new earth. Those who choose to continue to dwell in darkness, they will be left on old earth with like-minded people, like-minded energies, and energies that match that low vibration, where they can affect the light any longer. But then there's going to be those in the middle who are good souls, just make choices based on what they know. Okay, God is amazing. He's not going to punish people who don't know, who are just not there yet, who has not went down that rabbit hole, who has not ascended or awakened to the truths of this matrix. But there's going to be a place where they go to continue to raise their vibrations, to finally join those who have already ascended. But while we're here, the goal is to touch as many lives as possible and to raise the vibration and the consciousness, okay? So that's why, okay, there's going to be unions, okay? A spike of unions this year in 2020. And it's remarkable how these two cards came out, okay? So number 15 breaking down to a 6. 6 is the lovers, represents the lovers, okay? 6 is all about abundance, all about, people think 6 is like 666 is like the devil energy. 6s are about expansion, about growth, choices, you know. And in terms of the devil, lower vibrational energies, there's always a choice, okay? There's always a choice when it comes to karma. And which road and which path to take. That's why free will is here, you know? We all have that choice until the end. Choices, desires, balance between two opposites, about taking a risk. Okay. So yeah, spike of unions, this is confirmation here. And there's going to be a bit of a spiritual war and a bit of resistance to these energies, okay? These unions, this awareness. But we are 20 minutes in, so we're going to go ahead and get into this energy of eternal union. New love is forming. New love is forming. Okay. Number 15, breaking down to a 6. And I've only really pulled this card twice, okay, since I've had this oracle deck. And yeah, this is definitely about crown chakra, and this is about light bodies and about different dimensions and cosmic justice and divine timing. Number 15, breaking down to a 6. Eternal union. New love is forming. Strengthen your relationships. New love is forming. Strengthen your relationships. In a lifetime, we are destined to meet many members of our soul group and soul family. Many of them enter through life as a soulmate, fated to teach us lessons about unconditional love and ourselves. A soulmate can be a friend, family member, work colleague, partner, neighbor, or someone you strongly disagree with, clashing with every time you are around each other. When a soulmate enters your life, they offer your soul support, guidance, and growth, whether physically, emotionally, or spiritually. You may feel you have known them forever, or you may be instantaneously comfortable in their presence. Dependent upon what your soul needs, a soulmate may be a brief encounter, or this relationship could last a lifetime. Acting as a catalyst for growth, these souls are here to teach you something new. Currently, meeting new people will bring great conversations. Interesting people will enter your life now to teach you something valuable about yourself and your interests or passions in life. Social gatherings and casual meetups will create opportunities for meaningful connections. Right now, you are being encouraged to actively listen to others. For those who you despise or see as enemies, view these people as possible soul connections. They are there to teach you life lessons and challenge your structured belief systems. This new understanding will deepen the love you have for others, including new and existing partnerships, opening doors for an expression of eternal union. This living expression of love will influence romantic connections, including marriage with long-term commitments, possible now. The expression of eternal union between two souls will bring new levels of love on an emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual connection. True love is limitless. Shadow aspects to be mindful of during this period. And this is for yourself and others, okay? Introversion, restlessness, being disenfranchised. Sacred crystal for this period, emerald, okay? Emerald is green. Emerald is amazing for the heart chakra and balancing it. Angel assistance during this period, Archangel Haniel. The Archangel specializing in attracting meaningful relationships. Affirmation. I am a living and loving expression of the eternal union. I am blessed. I am a living and loving expression of the eternal union. I am blessed. Okay. Let's get into your reading. Now, this just speaks on, with the Devil card coming out here too, there could be divine masculine, divine feminines who are in separation. Some divine feminine and divine masculine do not want to reconcile with their counterparts. That's your own personal journey, your own personal choice. You have a relationship with the divine. You recognize the signs and synchronicities for your path. And that is fine. But this is speaking to me about obsession, okay? There could be a divine counterpart that may be in a very obsessive, dark place, still attached to toxicity, low vibrational people. Even they're saying Camdians or Trojans or just attached to entities, okay? There could be situations where divine masculines or divine feminines are blocked or under some sort of mind control, etc. Whether they can't reach out or they're blocked from reaching out, and they're going more and more obsessed with a union or with a reconnection. And it's just telling me that to be mindful. This Devil in this card is perched and ready to take some sort of action, okay? And during this period, this is not a divine feminine, divine masculine reading, but what I'm getting from this is that it's a time to be very mindful of the energy that's around you. It's a time to pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities and the warnings and the alerts, okay? And it's time to have great faith, and it's time to open up that direct communication with your spirit guides and your ascended masters and your angels, okay, and God. All right, so beautiful and interesting, okay? So yeah, in the bottom of the deck we have the Hierophant here. So commitments are going to come into question. People who are in power are going to come into question. There's going to be a rise of commitments, a rise of unions, a rise in people questioning their religions and their spirituality, taking it to new heights, okay? Thinking outside the box. I want to draw a couple of the cards from the literary oracle before we do a spread on messages, signs, and revelations, predictions, etc. Just to get a little more insight on what is truly going on and what Spirit has to say. make it a postcard, but I love it when I get a card from one of the poets. It's always so insightful about things that are going on behind the scenes. I just got a channel song. And because I've been a little under the weather, I don't think I should sing it, but you know, the song that just came in my head is "You Are the One Thing in My Way." I don't think that's the title, but it goes like, "You are the one thing in my way, you are the one thing in my way." If someone knows that song, it may mean something. Blockages or boundaries or a bridge to cross. You are the one thing in my way. I've been having several dreams. I mean, I've been dreaming every night. A lot of my dreams sometimes really resonate with people. Sometimes I'll usually write most of my dreams down. Sometimes I just get bits and pieces, and no matter what I can, try, they just leave me because, God doesn't want me to know yet. But it's there, and it usually comes to me days later, months later, sometimes years later. But I did have a dream where money was huge, okay? There was someone from my past, or family members, that I haven't talked to in ages, and I hit the lottery, or I got some kind of windfall, and the number 100,000 stood out specifically, and these people were talking to me. It was like inadvertently, like trying to find out about how much money I had. They didn't say this directly, but I felt it in every fiber of my being. Like they're talking to me about the money. They want to know. They're asking questions all around the money, but it felt in the dream that they were trying to find out about money. And I was trying to get away, and I was going up. I was in a hotel, okay, and I was going up to the top floor, but I was on not an elevator or stairs. I was outside of the building. You know how when builders work on skyscrapers, etc., they have this lift that they're on to do whatever. I was in one of those, and I was trying to climb up. To get away. I felt like I was being hounded. And then my cell phone dropped, and a part of me wanted to jump after it. Obviously, that would have been disastrous. But I think that's trying to speak on what's happening with the world, and how it's time to really go within, and it's time to really recognize how free we are, and recognize how powerful we are, and not putting all of our focus into something that is a thing that isn't more powerful than we are, and it's taking our focus, and it's all part of a bigger plan, okay, on the material plane, and it's time to ascend. But yeah, and then I woke up from that dream and kept repeating in my head over and over again, I couldn't be there. That song Runaway by Post Malone, I couldn't be there even if I tried, you know. Pardon, like, my horrible singing, but that song, it played over and over and over and over. And most of the day, that day. And so that may mean something to someone. I couldn't be there even if I tried. And another dream that I thought was pretty important. I was lost in the city. You know how certain cities, it's just the street signs are so misleading that, you know, it's really easy to get lost in certain cities. I know DC is one of them, but I was lost, and then I ended up getting help from some good Samaritan, and they're talking to me about how underappreciated they were at their job, and they're looking to do something new, and we ended up going through this portal. It looked like a store, but we ended up going through this long, like, portal until we ended up in this restaurant. And I just remember we were waiting forever to get our food. And it was a focus on eating healthy. And there was all this stuff in front of us, like wings and like all sorts of random sauces. And it was just, by the time the food came out, it was like I couldn't eat the food. I know that's random, but I'm thinking that this has something to do with health, okay? And the need to change our diets. Like, that is just constantly something that I am gonna have to keep mentioning to all of you. Plant-based diet. It's a cycle. You know, the energy never dies. So when we kill animals and they mass produce animals and they kill them, I got this from someone else, that all the food it takes to feed livestock and animals, just to kill them, is enough food that can feed the whole world. And it can eliminate hunger and world hunger. But when you kill and slaughter animals, that pain, that fear, like, of dying, that energy is in their DNA. And then when you eat it, that energy gets transferred to your DNA. So it's a cycle of pain, and a cycle that needs to stop, okay? And not pushing being vegan on anyone. Like, everything is a journey and everything is a path. But that dream was, I think, a sign, and I, for one, you know, have gone plant-based, and it's very beneficial, and it's part of my journey. But in general, eating to live, keeping your mind clear, and raising that consciousness, and knowing that every living being and thing requires love and appreciation. And yeah, so I'm going to timestamp this, guys, so you can go right to the messages. But another channeled song, I'm not sure if this is a song or not, but I never knew it was time to let go. I never knew it was time to let go. that's a song that kept playing, a phrase that kept playing in my head. I'm sure it's from a song. I couldn't tell you the melody right now. I never knew it was time to let go. I never knew it was time to let go. Okay, so that may resonate with someone, okay? Anyway, let's get a literary oracle. And then we're going to get into the message. Okay, a literary oracle message. What Spirit says. Messages, signs, and revelations walking into 2020. Messages, signs, and revelations. I got the wolf. Okay, I saw the wolf somewhere else in another reading. Maybe it was a personal reading. Let's see if we can get a actual poet to come out. Get a poet. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so we have, I don't really take these in reverse, but we have the wolf. It came out in reverse, but I'm just going to take it upright. But I will give my opinion on why it came out in reverse. And then we have Mary Shelley. With loss. Okay, loss. In this card, we have 2 tombstones. Sorry, trying to see what the headstone says. Wow, I literally cannot read that. Okay. Okay, so 2 headstones, and we have lightning, okay, coming out of these 2 hands above her head. We have 2 roses, and then we have, looks like some sort of like bottle. Could be a perfume bottle with like, look like a lost soul in there. Could be some sort of flask. Reminds me of like Romeo and Juliet. Very tragic ending, you know, she drank the poison. Looks like some sort of manipulation of fate. Okay, but we'll start with the wolf. Start with the wolf. Okay. The wolf came out in reverse, but the wolf is all about the self without others. like the lone wolf. A calling, the great expanse. So I'm getting like every man for themselves. We're in a time period where there are going to be revelations, and every man has to absolve their karma and face their demons, find balance, and heal. There's no shortcuts, okay? There's no one who can do it for you. This is also about accepting the call on your life, expanding your mind. And this could go both ways, for the divine collective and for, because this is a spiritual war, the lower vibrationals. Self without others, selfishness. Because the wolf can be dangerous, wild, accepting the call to bring down the mission of this new consciousness and to cover a great expanse by spreading hate and spreading darkness. Okay? So definitely duality. Like I said, it came out in reverse. So I think that is what Spirit is trying to say, that this is a time for absolving karma. This is a time of building, doing your part, accepting the call in your life, and expanding this awareness and this consciousness in 2020 before this great division. And it came out in reverse because there will be adversity, okay, to this. There will be a rising to the occasion to challenge this love vibration, this new consciousness level that we're trying to reach. Okay? And there will be hate. And then our literary poet that we have is Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley, how is this going to relate to our message here? Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley. Looks like some sort of manipulation or something from above that can't be controlled, like destiny, but someone trying to. Mary Shelley. Loss. Not sure if that focuses or not, but loss. The cycle of life. Transitions. Attachments. Oh my goodness. I cannot make this up. Spirit wants us to know that it's time to answer the call to stand alone and to expand this love vibration and to understand that a cycle is ending and something new and awe-inspiring is happening as we speak, a transition of sorts, and It's time to release attachments. And there may be a great feelings of loss because there is going to be a division. Okay? And it's going to be many, many rebirths and deaths. Not just physical, but transformations, okay? And the death process is not about whether or not you are literally dying and moving to the other side, or whether or not you're just releasing control of outcomes and allowing God and the divine to work in your life. Frankenstein isn't the garish zombie story we've seen in pop culture. Inspired by scientific discussions of the day and the complex feelings Mary Shelley, 1797 through 1851, had about parenting, Frankenstein is a painful tale about the creation of life and what happened to shunned, abandoned children. Her life was as harrowing as her famous novel. Her great losses of her mother, feminist Mary Wollstonecraft, and husband, poet Percy Bysshe Shelley, and 3 children tried her ideals of domestic harmony, loss, complex feelings about parenting, painful tale about the creation of life and what happened to shunned, abandoned children. This is about a cycle of life, transition, attachments. New life, addressing childhood wounding and trauma during this period is going to allow many, many people to heal and to transform and ascend and be reborn. Wow, this is very deep. Those sort of things that happen, the trauma in your childhood, can poison you for a lifetime, creating karmic cycles that are poisonous to your DNA. It's time to address that karma. Mary Shelley, born 1787 to 1851. Those dates or numbers may be synchronicities for someone, okay? But very, very enlightening. Now we're going to get into some tarot. Wow. Lone Wolf. We're going to bring this back over here. All the cards have been pre-shuffled, guys. We're just gonna do a few more shuffles to share in your energy. And this is gonna be a long one, guys. But I will timestamp past oracles. All-knowing source, divine spirit, archangels, Metatron, Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael, and Michael. Ascended Masters, 5D and above, and all my beautiful ancestors, 5D and above, allow me to be the channel to bring forth precise, clear, and truthful messages for the collective. Allow me to tap into the energy and bring forth the most healing, most relevant, and the most important messages for the collective or anyone who needs them. Thank you. God, Spirit, all-knowing source. Can I get 3 cards? Okay? Just important messages, signs, any revelations, any predictions, anything that you think it is pertinent for us all to know. Please. 3 cards. Queen of Wands. Passion, creativity. Power, fire. It's time to be strong, okay, in your feminine energies. There's a rise in the feminine energies, a balance that's needed even for masculines, okay, to balance that feminine energy. And it's a time to be passionate about who you are, what you stand for, and not to back down for anyone. Especially against opposition, adversaries. 2 more cards, please. The most important, pertinent messages, signs, revelations, predictions from Spirit. It's the most important things for us to know. We have the Hierophant in reverse. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. I think we should do one more. One more card, please. One more card. We have the Magician in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Okay. And the last card is the Moon. Okay. Okay. The first card we got is the Queen of Wands, okay? Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This Queen of Wands has her eyes closed in deep thought, either that or in deep meditation, or in prayer. The Queen of Wands is confident, creative, intuitive, and very passionate. The divine is, in spirit, is saying that growth is happening now, and more growth yet still is needed. What is that animal? It's a time to build and replenish, the same way that I believe it's a dog, okay, is replenishing. Growing a tribe, a group of people that you can depend on, of like-mindedness, that you can draw strength from, that you can have faith in, going within, so that you can remain strong and grow and be inspired, inspire others. Trusting your intuition is so pivotal right now, so that you can be mindful of the energies and the people around you, and who is drinking from your fountain of light, who genuinely wants to grow with you, who wants to steal from you, meaning your light, your knowledge, and use it for negative. Okay? Trusting your intuition, growing creatively and passionately, moving forward. Second card we got was the Hierophant in reverse. So in the meditative energy, I picked up on the Hierophant strongly. Like I said, Hierophant is all about tradition, commitments. There are going to be many unions during this year, 2020, but there's going to be many revelations as well, in terms of who can be trusted, who can't be trusted, who's loyal, who's low vibrational. The Hierophant in reverse is about corruption. It's about misuse of knowledge, misuse of spirituality. Okay. This is a very general reading, spirit messages. Typically don't really call out the signs in spirit messages, but I will call them out, you know, because maybe this could resonate with someone who needs to focus on something, okay? But I'm not really calling out signs for this reading in terms of relating to relationships or anything of that nature, but I will call out the basic signs, especially for the major arcana, because it could resonate within you, within your spirit, for something that you need to focus on or work on. Okay, so Taurus represents the Hierophant, and yeah, in reverse here, there's corruption, misuse of power, hypocrisy, rebellion, disobedience, okay? So to me, this is about continuing to grow, persevere, trust your intuition, and stay in deep prayer. Because this is going to be a time of hypocrisy, not only in politics and religion and, you know, spirituality and relationships, connections. 2020 is going to bring about rebellion. It could be with the election. It could be with the, like I said, the pharmaceuticals, the food industry, this corruption is being exposed in many different avenues. You may see a rise in disobedience in terms of children toward their parents, in terms of people in this systematic situation that we call justice. Okay, and it's called, Spirit is telling you to remain in control and passionate about elevation, ascension, being free, eating to live, spreading love, addressing your karma, new earth, helping others to become aware. Because there is going to be a lot of confusion, a rise in dark practices. Okay. It's going to be a spike in mental illness. Okay. But then we have the Seven of Pentacles, okay? In this particular card, we have all of this abundance, okay? All of this food and all of this harvest. I'm taking from this, okay, that, I don't know, for me, I'm kind of getting like, stay prayed up, stay in your power, meditate, draw strength from the divine, and there's going to be rebellion, there's going to be corruption, there's going to be hypocrisy in politics, in the government, in healthcare and food, and there's a war that's going to be going on, and it's a time to really stay in your power and to ask for guidance, stay prayed up, and all of this food is speaking on having alternatives for health, seeking out other avenues in terms of how you get your health care, maybe going from Western to Eastern methods, you know, addressing the cause of the issue versus the symptoms, you know. I take this Seven of Pentacles just visually, intuitively as other alternatives, okay, to chemicals and pharmaceuticals to put into your body. Also, I'll take this as focusing on eating better. And I'll also take this as a saving good foods, okay, putting away and saving for a rainy day, because these are uncertain times, okay? Seven of Pentacles is Taurian energy, is practical energy. It's being practical in your material manifestation, putting the work in and preparing for a rainy day, preparing for anything that could happen. That song by Ellie Goulding that I have in most of my recent readings, Anything Could Happen, just came to my head because it's a kind of a futuristic type of video, and anything really could happen, okay? And it's very, very uncertain times. Seven of Pentacles, okay? Taurian energy. I do know that Uranus is in retrograde in Taurus. I think it's about to go direct on the 10th of this month, I think. Okay? But for the past year or so or less, you know, Uranus in a practical sign like Taurus, it's thrown everything off in terms of out of the box ideas, doing things differently, and now Uranus is leaving Taurus. So there's going to be many people kind of stuck in a rut. It may affect fixed signs greatly, like Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, of course, Taurians. But it's all about being practical, saving for a rainy day, thinking outside of the box, maybe, to prepare for unexpected events. Okay, Seven of Pentacles is all about investing, growing, investing in your harvest, growing, profiting, thinking about alternative ways to make a profit, because you may have heard from other readers or just in general, there is a wave and there is a lot of conversations about a recession. I think the last one we had that was very pivotal, that hit this country pretty badly, was in 2009 or 2008, leading up into the election where Obama was elected. So we're approaching another election, and to talk of a recession. So it's like, it's all about the energy, okay? There's no need to put times on different things, because the energy speaks for itself, and time is fluid. But election time could bring about something pivotal. This Hierophant in reverse speaks of rebellion, speaks of hypocrisy, speaks of disobedience, speaks of an uproar, okay? And this sign, Spirit saying Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Sacred Circles, it's about, building your circle, building your group, building your loyal base, building your soul family. It's about, reevaluating things and, investing in what you trust, investing in what you know, and profiting and gaining the rewards of what you are investing time into and growing, okay? And the last card was the Moon, okay? So we do have on this Moon card, okay? And Moon, intuition, water, for me as a reader, scorpionic energy, but all of the water signs, it's all about definitely trusting your intuition, illumination. This guy in this card gets me every time, this elder, kind of hiding behind the scenes there, a little bit in fear of something being revealed, a little bit in fear of what's ahead. But wherever you go, there you are. So I'm getting karma here. You can't hide from yourself. You can't hide from your karma. It's time to really absolve, address, release, purge that which no longer serves your highest good. It's time for rebirth. It's time for metamorphosis. It's time to release fear. It's time to allow what is needed to be illuminated, because this is a time where you no longer are going to be able to hide, because light and dark are going to be such a contrast that it's something that you can't hide from, okay? This moon is huge. Everything is being illuminated, okay, in 2020. There's no need to hide. So, there's like ancient, old secrets that's coming forward, that's being looked into. There's ancient, old ways of thinking, of being, conditionings, okay, that are being challenged. The world wants to be free. The world is sick of being lied to. The Matrix is a lie. Television is a lie. The media is a lie. The music industry is a lie. NASA is a lie. They only tell us what they want to tell us. The government is a lie. They know about other beings and other planets. They know. They want you to turn into the phone that you have into your hand that cannot even compare to what's in your brain. They want you to lose yourself. That's a part of the agenda. But things are being revealed now, okay? And That's why the moon is here. This is spirit talking, guys. Yeah, the moon is leaving no stone unturned. The light is shining on it all. Transformational. Metamorphosis. It's time for people to become aware of their shadow selves and to learn from the lessons, okay? Fear is an illusion. Purge negativity. Tap into your inner awareness. Stop hiding. Intuition is going to be heightened during this period. So will fears. But it's time to go within so that you can be balanced enough to know what the illusions are, okay? And what's the truth. Okay. So we're going to clarify these cards. Well, let's get into the bottom of the deck energy, okay? Right off the bat, we have the Magician, okay? So we all know the Magician in reverse is manipulation, okay? It's confusion. Upright is manifestation. It's having access to all of the elements. It's co-creating with the universe. It's as above, so below. Manifestation at its best, okay? Very mercurial energy. It's the card after the Fool, okay? It's all about strategic thinking, and honestly, Gemini, Virgo, but it's like very detailed thinking, mercurial energy, Magician in reverse. We have this Devil energy kind of overlying the reading, and there are many energies that are very calculating during this period, okay? Magician in reverse. There are specific energies that are being sent out to counteract, okay? The love vibration. This is a spiritual war. Attacking the weak, attacking the unawake, attacking the lost and the weary, trying to find those openings, okay? There's a rise. There will be a rise of people practicing black magic and doing spell work, manipulating moon cycles. There's going to be a rise, they're telling me, in very inexperienced workers out there. Meaning people who just Google how to do a love spell, or Google how to do something, you know, and it's just like very inexperienced stuff, and it's very troublesome, and it's very damaging to their souls. You know, all of that comes back to you, especially when it's not, all of it's horrible, but when you have no idea what you're doing, it's just disaster, not only to the balance of things, but mostly to your soul. And there are some very experienced manipulators out there, and they're rising to the challenge, okay, to stop unions, to stop the love vibration, to interfere with love forming all over the world, to interfere with the awareness, to throw people off of their focus and faith, to instigate this hypocrisy and rebellion and confusion, corruptness, okay? And also to to seek, steal, and destroy what it is that you have worked hard for. Attacks on your finances, on your abundance, on your manifestation, and most importantly, to try to keep what needs to be illuminated in the dark. Keep their shadow work going, okay? To keep themselves hidden from the truth, from the revelations. Yeah, bottom of the deck. Spell work, a rise in dark magic, a rise in manipulation, a rise in confusion, and to keep people stagnant and careless. There's going to be a rise in carelessness too. Lack of motivation, manipulation to keep people uninspired, to keep people from being renewed in their spirituality, in their abundance. Okay? To keep people and energies in this repression, to keep people confused and imbalanced in their emotions. Like I said, a rise in mental instability and mental institutions, to keep people stuck. There's going to be a rise in overindulging, alcoholism. This is also a sign to be mindful of people around you, okay? This is all about emotions here, Ace of Cups. The Magician in reverse is mercurial energy in the mental instability, emotional instability, keeping people kind of off balanced and careless. Be mindful of your circle. Be mindful what you drink. Be mindful who you give to, who you invest in. And manipulation involving the love vibration. The Queen of Cups is all about unconditional love, healing, trusting, protection, your unconscious emotion and creativity. So there's going to be dark forces working to keep people insecure, dependent, dishonest, and dissatisfied. So that way that this love vibration and this consciousness gets lower and that the war continues. Okay? Wow. All right, so let's clarify this energy. I'm gonna use flip the deck. Denial of divine intervention, denial of divine justice, avoidance, deception. There are certain energies that do not want the mask to be ripped off or the illusions to be doused. Okay? Hierophant again. So important. spirituality, commitments, arise in divine masculines, arise in spirituality. At the same time, it's just this mirroring. We had the Hierophant in reverse, corruption, disobedience, uprise, rebellion. So, yeah. Can we clarify the Queen of Wands, please? Clarify the Queen of Wands. Clarify the Queen of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck again. So yeah. Staying prayed up, staying in your power. Growing, continuing to grow your soul family, continuing to grow in your loyalty, in your faith, in your determination to be aware and help others become aware, staying in that high vibration. And it's going to take a lot of faith, okay, and courage, which the Queen of Wands has. Very fiery, very passionate about your beliefs. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands is the Four of Pentacles, okay? This is Capricorn energy. And I think this is saying releasing your attachments to material wealth and releasing your attachments to things. When you put your focus on your ascension, all of your material needs will come to you because you are the co-creator of your own reality. And when you're in that vibration, when you have that direct connection to source and the divine, the universe will conspire to give you your every heart's desire. So it's about releasing these attachments, like we said earlier with the Mary Shelley card about loss. Okay? So the Four of Pentacles speaks on, of course, stability and control and influence, security. And that is important, you know. It's a balance that's needed, we are still in the material world. We are still in the 3D. Even if you are at a 5D consciousness, we still live here on this earth. So it's about balance. You have to survive. You have to live. But it's about releasing attachments to these things and putting your focus on what's important. Those things, your needs will be provided. Okay? So for me, this is about releasing that attachment and to materialistic things. And this is also on the flip side, because everything is mirroring right now. This is also speaks on greed, okay? Greed, loss. This is going to be a time where you're going to be mindful. You see the dog there drinking from the water, replenishing. This, it's hopefully a loyal dog, okay? Someone that's part of your soul tribe, but you never know. It's about discernment, okay? Who's loyal, who's not? And you're going to need that discernment because there's a great divide happening. Okay, so there's going to be an uprise in greed. And it's going to be hard to know who to trust. And there's going to be a loss felt in terms of people in your life and in terms of those who have not addressed their karma, who are living in a low vibe way, who take away people's free will, who hurt others, who choose to kind of walk with the devil, so to speak. There's going to be great suffering and there's going to be great loss for those energies. But to me, this is about releasing attachments and having faith in what's letting go. Having faith in what is falling away from your life in 2020, because when you've really truly done the work, you know your circle, you know what's falling away is meant to fall away. Clarify the Hierophant, please. Clarify the Hierophant. Wow. Okay, so this came out like it was going to be in reverse, but then it flipped sideways just like this, okay? So this is the Divine Lovers card, okay? This reading started with the Eternal Union card, number 15 breaking down to a 6. 6 represents the lovers, okay, in the tarot, and then we started out with the Devil. So it was already a contrast there in terms of releasing attachments, in my mind, to your idea of what the twin flame journey really is. It also is going to be a spike in unions for the purpose of raising the vibration of the love vibration, of the consciousness of the world, specifically. But the lovers came out to clarify the Hierophant, and the Hierophant's in reverse. This is about rebellion. This is about corruption. This is about misuse of spirituality, misuse of knowledge. Okay, and if it had came out upright, the lovers, it would still be about being mindful of what these unions that are going to be coming together in 2020 really means. It could be about making head over heart decisions, about really deciding and reevaluating your motives and determining which path to take, okay? Many people are going to be really having to look within, really having to reevaluate their motives, because a path is going to need to be taken, okay? Because there's going to be a division. The Lover's card came out sideways because there's going to be a split. There's going to be people coming back into your life, okay? Wanting to reconnect, wanting to reune, and there's going to be a lot to think about, okay? Gemini energy, very mercurial energy here, but wanting unification, wanting harmony, wanting to be back in the relationships. You're going to have to really determine and decide what the motives are of these people coming back into your life, okay? Some of these divine masculine, divine feminines are attached to entities, darkness, karma, Hierophant reverse, covens, secret societies. I mean, it's all out there. Corruption, rebellion, just not living right. Just not living right. And there are going to be some who come back changed, wanting to address their karma, wanting to heal, wanting to come out of separation, wanting to be balanced. But this card coming out, wanting to come out in reverse, then sideways, there are going to be some disappointments, okay, in terms of unions. Whether that's not going into union, whether that's people coming back, being fooled, whether people getting sucked back into karma or having to deal with someone else's karma. Because during this revelation period and this time leading into a real divide, that you decided that you wanted to put your energy into something that's not ready, that's not healed, and it brings you back several steps on your journey. But yeah, a need for deep meditation and focus so that you can discern the energies that's coming forward, okay? These unions, head over heart decisions are going to be needed. Open communication is going to be needed with yourself and with others. You need to really examine these people's motives that are coming back, okay? So that you can make a proper choice for yourself when in this energy, this prevalent energy, because your choice is going to be very significant, very significant during this time period. Okay. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, King of Wands, okay? Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We do have like a pair here with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So more confirmation that there are going to be unions, okay? In 2020, many unions. It's time. We're getting close to the time, okay? But the King of Wands is very sure of themselves. And you're going to need to be sure of yourself in this energy here. Okay? You're going to have to be confident. You're going to have to be a leader. You're going to have to be courageous, ambitious, and ensure, because this is going to be a very influential time. Just take the lead in this crusade to raise the vibrations of the world, and fighting the spiritual war against this hypocrisy and this corrupt energy. We're going to need true divine leaders and true divine counterparts, okay, to lead in this higher consciousness and this this division that's happening, because we want to take everyone with us, but sadly everyone is not going to be able to make it because their vibrations are so low, and they choose to take away free will. They choose to dwell in the darkness, okay? Wolf, answering the call, standing alone. Wherever you go, there you are. No one can address your karma. No one can absolve your karma for you. Only you can do that. Okay. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles, okay? So we have Virgo energy here with Nine of Pentacles. So it's all about building. It's all about investing in alternatives, alternative ways of being, alternative ways of living, eating, because there's going to be uprise, uproar, rebellious, politics, health, everything, okay? And it's going to be a need to really have a new approach to save away for a rainy day. Those who are invested in their health, invested in their freedom, true freedom, they're not going to have to worry. There is, in this card, it looked like she's trying to look at this little squirrel like, I want to help you. I want to take you with me. And it's like, she's giving this little squirrel advice on how to build, how to be independent, how to grow, how to get past something, maybe the recession, maybe the, you know, the rebellion that's going on. And this squirrel literally is like, I have a mask. I can't hear you. You know, I'm doing my own thing. And it's like, okay, I tried. But it's every man for themselves in terms of being mindful of who really needs you and, you know, who you can get through to. But like I said, some are just determined to dwell, okay, and be blind to the truth, to what it is that you're trying to share, and you have to accept that. But Nine of Pentacles, okay, this is all about abundance. This is all about really having success, through whatever's happening in the world, okay, in 2020, reaping your rewards, getting the appreciation that you deserve through your hard work, all that you invested paying off, okay? And at the same time, those who didn't plan, invest, or prepare, there's going to be lack, okay? There's going to be, like I said, it's just polarization. So there's going to be those who didn't listen, see that they have the hood on their head, they didn't hear, blocking it out. So there's going to be lack, there's going to be instability, there's going to be lack of prosperity, there's going to be confusion and delays, and the inability to manifest. Clarify the moon, please. Okay. So, yep. Moon is all about what's being illuminated. 2020 vision, revelations, not unable to hide the truth, the darkness, no longer able to do your dark deeds in the darkness. Black magic, spells, evil, it's being exposed. Okay? So you're on the front lines, ready to fight now, and you can't do your deeds from the darkness, from the shadows, like cowards. And I know Pac is with me right now because he's like telling, and it's not even funny, but a coward dies 1,000 deaths. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. Okay? Revelations. No longer able to hide. Okay? It's the end. It's the end. Okay? The starseeds, the light workers, the guardians, you know, they have carried this burden. They have, you know, they're trying so hard to raise the vibrations of the world. And some have been under attacks and all kinds of things. But it's the end of a cycle. And it's the end of the burdens. Okay? 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. 2020, there's something coming to an end. The secrets, the lies, okay? It's a transformational time. The fear, what's being done in the dark, no, it's coming to an end, okay? The burdens, the stress, the oppression, okay? No longer will the dark accomplish their goals in the dark. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen out in public, and it's going to be the spiritual war that's going to continue to rage until the light wins, okay? Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is definitely more the energy of people being unfocused, okay? And I take this as darker energies. Being unfocused, being put on the spotlight, okay? Their secrets being revealed. The truths are being spoken on. There's going to be a rise in pessimism, laziness, arrogance, okay? But that's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. And those who try to prevent this cycle from ending, there's going to be loss, okay? There's going to be lack. There's going to be chaos, okay? The Emperor in reverse, okay? Aries energy. Divine masculine energy. So people denying their divinity or doing darkness, getting their divinity stripped away, just having that direct light to source just stripped, gone, okay? And the closer and closer we get to New Earth, the more difficult it is going to be to access that light energy. This is powerlessness. This is avoidance, chaos, chains, being bound, okay? So people preventing this completion, that's what they can expect, okay? Wow. All right, guys. That kind of wraps it up. I'm going to pull a couple of cards just for a last word from Spirit. The last word from Spirit. They're saying what Spirit says. What Spirit says. Messages, signs, and predictions, revelations. Spirit says. What was that? Okay. Last words from Spirit. Last messages from Spirit. Something that's turned out there. Okay. Last messages from Spirit. One more, please. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Wow. Spirit wants you to know that during this time period, it looks like this guy in this picture has a goat head. Maybe I'm seeing things, but either way, lots of illusions, okay? Lots of temptations, unrealistic desires during this period. Also, a lot of options, okay? Scorpionic energy, so transformations. Definitely being mindful of going into that deep meditation and prayer, or whatever it is that you do to meditate and get discernment on your choices and the choices of those around you, so that you can decide who is meant to be in your life, who is not, who you want to help, who you can't, because your choices are going to affect your karma as well. People need to address their karma. People need to be mindful of what's being offered to them during this period. Because there's going to be a time of that energy of anxiety around, but many people are going to be coming out of that depression, anxiety, seeking a new perspective, seeking renewal and forgiveness. But you have to be mindful of who you allow in your circle and what is real and what is fake, okay? Because there is this energy of deception, okay? Justice in reverse, okay? There's going to be an uprise in legal disputes and legal matters, and this justice system is going to be, people are going to be rebelling against that. It's corrupt. The corruption in the justice system is going to be illuminated, okay? You're going to see judges fall. You're going to see all kinds of things happening. In terms of personally, this is like the Three of Swords, heartbreak, and then the Four of Swords there, people, meditating on their pain, and doing corrupt things because of their pain, and not knowing how to deal with their pain. People who are going to be mentally unstable, not knowing how to deal with their mental entrapment. And it's going to manifest itself in a lot of injustice and corruption. So expect a lot more arrests. Expect people being controlled, things of that nature. Yeah, so resentment, okay? Be mindful of overworking yourself, being exhausted, eating properly, resting properly. Because Spirit is saying, despite all of this rise and rebellion and corruption and unfairness that's happening and all of these illusions, this is a great time, okay? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Stability is coming, okay? The Five of Pentacles is in reverse because there's going to be a new day, a new dawn. This is going to speak on financial recovery, okay? being renewed, a renewed sense of confidence, spirituality, and opportunity on the rise. And we have the Hierophant again. This is the same Hierophant I saw in my vision. Okay, upright. Now this is the King of Pentacles. I'm sorry, guys. Either way, very positive. This definitely speaks with both of these Pentacle cards here. Financial recovery, manifestation at its best, security, abundance, okay, protection, highly protected, okay, in the material world. When you are doing the work to ascend, okay, when you're addressing your karma, when you're dealing with your triggers and finding balance, okay, all your hard work, all of the things you have to deal with, including black magic, including manipulation, including injustice, blockages on your finances, all the things that you've been through, it's a completion happening now, okay? And you are going to be rewarded with great stardom for some, great notoriety, respect, leadership. Your strength is going to be seen and shown in this material 3D existence right here, right now. Get ready. Abundance is here. Abundance is coming. Great influence for someone, okay? Be mindful, okay? Like I said, of resentment, of this energy, and yeah, lots of unions. It's time to raise the vibrations of this world and let this new earth activate, because I'm excited for it. Bottom of the deck, enlightenment, okay? This world is becoming enlightened and we're raising the consciousness of the world. Let's continue breaking karmic cycles. Let's continue doing the work on ourselves. Some solitude may be needed during this period, okay, to go within, to shine a light and get, advice from the divine on your choices, on your actions. But ultimately, this is about shining a light on anything that's in the dark, okay? Number 9, the Hermit represents number 9, and that's divine justice, divine